So guys, we're here with Jamarcus Best, aka one of my kennel partners. I wanted to do a little we'll say not Q&A. There we go. I wanted to do something where you guys get to see firsthand. He sits behind the camera a lot of times and helps assist in shooting a lot of this content. He does our website stuff, and he's been putting a lot of good stuff together and assisting me to get this stuff out. So he's a new dog owner. Mm-hmm. He's owned dogs, but he never owned a dog.
Yes.
What's it been like owning your first dog technically?
Work, you know. I did not realize how much work really went into a dog, and on multiple different, not just taking care of him, feeding him all the stuff, more so the emotional side, the mental side of it, building the drive in a sense, that connection, all these different things. I didn't realize how important some of those things were early on, especially when I first got Nala as a puppy, you know, and then now after having her for about 8 months, there's a lot of things I'm having to kind of stop and kind of go back to rebuild because I didn't build it up enough early on.
So one of the things that you hear right now is his dog whining because she hears his voice. And that's because to a degree, you can build anxiety in a dog and separation anxiety and other things, but neither here nor there. So reason why I chose to, you know, partner with him on the Kennel Partners side is because foundationally Jamarcus is a caring individual, and what I knew a dog would do was teach him how to care correctly. And a lot of people don't know how to care correctly, most importantly about themselves. So you think you're putting yourself first when you're really just suffering in life. And a dog, if you take the time to do what he's now doing, it'll really bring the best out in you and make you evaluate how you even spend your time. Because that dog is of value. Yep. So from a food standpoint, which is what we promote and what we do here, what are the things you've learned in watching your dog over the years and the other dogs, from the dog food to the cooked food to anything else you do?
Man, I mean, I didn't understand the importance of cooked food, and it's so funny because you just got off a call with Boyer, and there's an analogy that you put out there that also struck with me too because I can relate, but that if you drink a beer every single day, it's like, man,
Dogs.
But basically, like, you know, if you could drink a beer every day, yeah, you feel kind of full and stuff like that, and it'll hold you over, but long term, it's not good for you, and eventually it'll cause some problems. Same concept with dog food. I mean, dogs, as we know, for up until about 100 years ago, were eating natural food, right? I mean, they're out there eating scraps, they're scavengers by nature. When you put it in that context, it clicked instantly, and I'm like, of course, if they are scavengers by nature, why would something that's processed in a factory be good for the dog? And then I've seen it with the rescues that we had, Storm and such. Inflammation in their paws, their ears, their eyes are bloodshot. So
and I'm a history guy. Mm-hmm. So I love when there's an old time movie, right, where like they're back in the Middle Ages, and when you see the dogs that they got, the dogs are out there eating scraps. Mm-hmm. They're not getting no kibble for no dog back there. Because they can't even make that up. They can't make you believe like, hey, we had dog food in the 3500s or BC, let alone even 3,000 years ago, 400 years ago. There was no dog food. No. There was no dog food. There were dogs that were eating just crap, whatever was left over and off the table. We do know that there are things that are toxic to dogs, and toxic sometimes means in excess. Keep in mind, two different things. There's stuff that is toxic and stuff that is poisonous. Toxic things make us sick. Something that's poisonous outright could kill them. Grapes, one of those things. Boy, I'll buy grapes and your dog will have a time, or you will, paying that bill, trying to get it to back to health, back to good health. So, anything else that you've learned or think they should know? We just want to jump in here, and again, sometimes you gotta thank some people, but also I want you guys to see, hey, I'm gonna try my best to continue to keep him in front of the camera at times as he works on stuff. He's doing some training things, and it hit me today because him and a lot of other people, they thank me for having me around, and I go, man, I wonder this would be a lot harder if you didn't have someone who's obsessed as I am in your corner or with you. And I get a lot of messages, and they're good messages, but they're challenging messages because people literally, with respect, they don't love the dog. They just don't. They love what the dog could do for them, but not what they do for the dog. So it's like, you gotta love this thing. You gotta learn and live it every day, do it every day, better the dogs every day. So it gets discouraging, but also encouraging because, you know, I think we can impact it at the top 5%, which means we gotta work every day on our dogs, with our dogs, and most importantly for our dogs. So anything else you think we're missing?
Yeah,
Because we'll do more of these, to be clear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think one thing that most people underestimate what a dog can do is that it teaches you a lot about yourself. I truly learned a lot about myself this process since I've had Nala since she was a puppy, and it made me realize a lot about myself in terms of patience, things at times where I can overdo things, especially like overtraining my pup, and that's a whole nother video to be clear, but it definitely teaches you a lot about yourself, and most important, like you said, it teaches you to care more, and not only just about your dog, but most importantly about yourself. Yeah. The nutrition side has taught me a lot about the type of foods that I'm even putting in my body and what I know I probably need to do more of when it comes to my own personal nutrition. So just food for thought, people.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So like, subscribe, share, take care of your dogs, find you some people who give a crap, and stay moving. The rules are simple. How else do you expect to improve?